He was known across Mbuka markets in Obusi, Anambra State, as a wealthy spare parts billionaire. Successful, influential, admired by many. Luxury vehicles filled his compound. Customers respected him. People envied his lifestyle. But behind the gate of his mansion, police allegedly uncovered something no one expected. A secret that sent shockwaves across Anambra State. This is the shocking story of Fabolous. In the busy Mbuka spare parts market in Obusi, Anambra State, Fabolous was a well-known name, a successful motor spare parts dealer, wealthy, popular, and respected. His shop and warehouse were said to be filled with all kinds of motor spare parts. Customers believed if you couldn't find a spare part elsewhere, you will find it in Fabolous' shop. He was the definition of success. His wealth was visible everywhere. He reportedly owned several vehicles: 3 Toyota Corolla cars, 3 Lexus RX 350 SUVs, and 2 Toyota Sienna. His mansion stood as a symbol of achievement. People admired him. Some even wished to live like him. But behind the money, behind the luxury cars, behind the smiling public image, there was reportedly another life nobody saw. And for a long time, that secret remained hidden behind closed gates. From outside, the compound looked like the home of a wealthy businessman. Large gates, beautiful duplex, luxury vehicles parked inside. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. But investigators later found out that behind those walls, something darker was happening. Reports claimed parts of the compound were being used for criminal operations. Kidnapped victims were allegedly kept there. Suspicious items were reportedly stored inside, and stolen vehicles were allegedly dismantled into spare parts for resale. Even more disturbing, reports claimed his wife allegedly knew what was happening inside the property. The same home where the couple lived was now becoming the center of a terrifying investigation. For years, neighbors passed by that compound every day without suspecting anything. No one imagined what investigators would allegedly uncover. Then, one tracking signal changed everything. It reportedly began on a Sunday morning. Police said to be tracking a stolen vehicle. The signal led officers directly to Fabolous' residence. At first, it appeared to be a stolen car investigation, but what followed became something much bigger. As officers reportedly approached the compound, gunfire suddenly erupted. According to reports, Fabolous and members of his gang allegedly opened fire on the police team. The neighborhood instantly turned chaotic. Residents ran for safety. People hid indoors. Gunshots echoed across the area. One police officer reportedly lost his life during the shootout. Backup units quickly arrived. Then chaos broke out inside the compound. Some gang members reportedly jumped over the fence and escaped. Others fled into nearby bushes. As the operation intensified, Fabolous allegedly attempted to escape, but it was too late. Police reportedly caught him before he could get away. And that was when the full-scale investigation of the alleged operation began to unfold. When officers entered the compound, they discovered something horrifying inside one of the rooms. Kidnapped victims were allegedly found They were weak and frightened, also very desperate for help. Report says about 8 kidnapped victims were rescued from the property. Among them, a medical doctor reportedly connected to one of the major hospitals in Anambra State. The doctor was said to have been kidnapped recently, with ransom demands allegedly made for his release. For many people, the discovery was difficult to process. Residents were stunned, heartbroken, angry. People who had walked past that mansion countless times had no idea of what allegedly happened behind those walls. What looked like wealth and success from the outside was now the center of one of the most shocking discoveries the community had ever seen. As news spread across the area, crowds gathered within hours, and there rose across the community. Residents reportedly stormed the property. Some destroyed vehicles and damaged parts of the compound. Report says sections of the building and property were set on fire. The atmosphere became tense, emotional, and explosive. Then by Tuesday, the Anambra State government reportedly moved in. Heavy equipment arrived. Buildings connected to the case were demolished. Walls came down, and the mansion once admired by many was reduced to rubble. A place once seen as a symbol of wealth now stood in ruins. This story is a reminder that not everything we see is what it appears to be. Sometimes the biggest smiles hide the darkest secrets. A man admired for wealth, cars, success, and influence, now at the center of a shocking criminal investigation. It leaves many asking the same question: how well do we know the people living around us? One lesson remains clear: never envy anyone's wealth without knowing the source. Because sometimes what looks like success on the outside may be hiding pain, crime, and destruction underneath. If someone living close to you was hiding something like this and you had no idea, how would you feel? And what do you think drives crime in our society? Greed, power, or something deeper? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful true life stories. See you in the next episode.